Holy shit, your height.
Whoa, holy crap, something huge just fell somewhere right in the middle of our city. In...
Which city? It is located right in the very heart of downtown Moscow.
Well, first of all, that is not the center. Oh, where is it then? Look, here is the crater.
Well, I guess that's about it. Ah, damn.
Something terrible has started in Moscow. Apartments are burning.
A massive explosion, a blinding flash, and then people started flying out of the windows.
A large-scale evacuation is underway. Residential buildings are on fire, reportedly in Rubliovka. Parking lots. Airports are burning.
Right above us. There it goes, flying.
Holy shit.
A total of nearly 400 drones launched an attack on Russia. Russia's Ministry of Defense declared it the most massive attack on Russia. Glory to the armed forces of Ukraine, friends. Let's start with those explosions in the center of Moscow. A sudden blackout.
But first of all, that's not the center.
Ukraine carried out an unprecedented drone attack on Russia. The Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation reported allegedly intercepting 377 Ukrainian drones in various regions of the country. Most of the drones were shot down over the Kursk region, 126 in total. Debris explosions, just take a look right now. "91 drones were shot down in the Moscow region. Shot down so hard that everything was on fire. Homes, apartments, high-rises, parking lots. Preliminarily, 1 person was killed and 9 were injured, according to the head of the region, Andrei Vorobyov, the mayor of Moscow. Sergei Sobyanin called this attack the most massive one of the entire war. Debris and drone explosions made Solovyov tremble. They fell on residential buildings in Ramenskoye and Lyubertsy. At least 7 apartments were damaged and 12 people were evacuated from them.
The balcony is dangerous, out there on the street. So that people don't go there then. Now, looking at this specific footage, you might naturally assume that this sweeping aerial perspective was captured using a high-end professional drone, wouldn't you? However, I must clarify that is absolutely not the case here. No, not at all. It was actually filmed using a completely different method.
Go ahead and hit it right in the door.
This is Greek. Look, there's noise here and there's paste here. This
genre, this is Galia.
Papua Sabatelevi.
Namazanagargi.
Right above us. Here he is flying.
Restrictions were imposed on the arrival and departure of planes at Moscow airports. The investigative committee, in connection with the attack, has opened a criminal case on terrorism. What can be said about Russia, which constantly attacks Ukrainian cities and is destroying Ukraine, and in general attacked it? And here the investigative committee is opening a criminal case. War, my friends, is a boomerang. Friends, please like this video. We will watch all the videos, the attacks. It's unprecedented. Massive 400 drones over Russian territory. We'll see how Moscow burned the region, the Moscow region, other regions, the Kursk region, how key military and critical infrastructure targets were destroyed are Ukrainian drones. Today is unprecedented. A powerful day, friends. And of course, we'll discuss the negotiations between the American and Ukrainian sides. Today, we demonstrated our power. Friends, Ukraine will attack Russia with hundreds of drones every night because Russia started a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, and this is the boomerang and the response. Give this a like. Video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your support. Write where you're watching from and a few words in support of Ukraine. We're starting.
Whoa. Shh, something fell in our city.
An explosion, a flash, windows started blowing out. Moscow was massively attacked by drones. At night, residents of a building on Domodedovskaya Street in Moscow say the drones arrived around 5 in the morning.
An explosion, a flash, windows started blowing out from above. You can hear that some part of the building's structure is damaged. No, I wasn't scared, I just grabbed my passport. The dog ran out into the stairwell. I immediately called 112, for emergency services to come quickly.
So, about how many do you think there were?
About 5 to 10, I think. Every morning I tried to post something, but didn't, just sat at the table.
And what's this?
This is with the help of this side.
According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, 91 drones were destroyed overnight over the Moscow region in Moscow. These shots of the damage are, of course, debris and explosions. Solovyov, of course, is traditionally hysterical.
We're bored, it's stagnant, we want some action. But as soon as something starts happening, everyone freaks out. And seconds and bullets, unfortunately, even bullets are whistling now. So we're scared. Terrible, terrible. Well, terrible. But not terrible, terrible, terrible.
So around 1 in the morning, residents of Kursk and Kurchatov reported at least 5 explosions. That was at 1 in the morning. Soon after, explosions also thundered in the sky over Ryazan. Locals reported hearing at least 20 explosions. The blast made walls and windows shake in their homes, and car alarms went off. A drone attack alert was also issued in the Samara region and in Tatarstan. Drones as well, they were shot down over the Vladimir, Tula, and Kaluga regions. In particular, over the Kaluga region, air defense forces reportedly shot down more than 15 drones overnight. According to the Ministry of Defense, between 337 and 370 Ukrainian drones were shot down overnight over several regions of Russia. If they only shot down 400, how many were actually flying? That's the key question. The attack was the most massive one yet, according to Russia's Ministry of Defense. And Moscow Mayor Sobyanin stated that 73 drones were shot down as they approached the capital. But what exactly was attacking the capital? What was attacking the Moscow region? Take a look at this footage. Here are more consequences of the air defense's fight against drones in the Moscow region. And here is the parking lot near Domodedovo Airport after the drone attack. In addition to the Moscow region, during the night, drones attacked the Stalnoy Kon oil depot in Oriol and the Diaghilevo airfield near Ryazan. Details are being clarified. You can watch the footage right now. In Guzduri, after the attack by Ukrainian drones, people remembered Oreshnik. The head of the Defense Committee, General Andrei Kartapolov, is calling for bombing. The decision rests with the Supreme Commander-in-Chief, but I think it wouldn't hurt to launch it. Oreshnik. Better yet, not just one. So, Russia attacked Ukraine in 2014. It attacks, kills, destroys, invades, occupies. And now Ukraine is responding. They attacked us in their traditional manner. Hazelnut, hazelnut. What can one say? Friends, in the comments, write your opinion about these shots and write a few warm words in support of Ukraine and its armament. This is very important for us. You know, despite the fact that Ukrainian drones regularly attack oil and military facilities in various regions of Russia, including Moscow and the Moscow region, it turned out they were not sufficiently prepared for the fact that this game can be played by two sides. Or more precisely, they weren't prepared at all. Putin's regime can't even properly ensure the security of the capital. Meanwhile, the head of the State Duma Defense Committee, General Kartapolov, has already called for a retaliatory strike on Orekovo. Let us remind you that before February 24th, 2022, no drones or missiles threatened Russian cities. So, for the destroyed apartments and frightened Muscovites, they have only Putin to thank. As they say, and yet they vote for him again. The massive attack on the Moscow region is a signal to Putin. This was stated by Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation under the National Security and Defense Council. According to him, this attack was the largest since the start of the full-scale invasion. This is an additional signal to Putin that a ceasefire from the air is also in his interest. Kovalenko said, adding that not only oil refineries can be targets.
But the most interesting thing I want to tell you in secret, since your show is banned in the Baltics. Yes. So they won't hear it.
Are they afraid of the truth?
More and more, the political establishment in both Estonia and Latvia, as well as columnists, analysts, and others, are saying, well, if Ukraine collapses now, we will be occupied. The secret is that you have to earn Russian occupation.
Naturally, we won't occupy them. You have to.
Earn?
We will liberate them.
You have to earn that too, you understand?
We will not occupy, we will liberate. About
this movement, Vladimir Putin probably talked about it.
We're bored. Stagnation. We want some action. But as soon as something starts happening, everyone freaks out. Both seconds and bullets. Unfortunately, bullets are whistling now. So we're scared. It's terrifying, just terrifying. Well, it's just awful. But not in
Geneva, a plan for a ceasefire in Ukraine was presented. The Geneva Center for Security Policy presented a 31-page plan outlining mechanisms for a ceasefire in Ukraine. Representatives from Ukraine, Russia, the US, and the EU took part in its preparation. Specifically, it calls for, first, the creation of a buffer zone at least 10 kilometers wide and the deployment of 5,000 civilians and police officers to patrol it, as well as about 10,000 foreign military personnel to ensure security. The Organization of International Observers work with a joint commission made up of Russian and Ukrainian military personnel. They would help the parties negotiate the release of prisoners, clear mines, and establish civilian corridors. The use of a ceasefire as a first step toward a broader package of agreements, including a political settlement, as well as an arms control agreement and measures to build trust and security between NATO and Russia. Strategic stability between the US and Russia, as well as discussions about the future of European security. Television Putin does not want to compromise on Ukraine, Bloomberg citing Western officials. He refuses to compromise on territorial demands, peacekeepers, and Ukraine's neutrality.
What is the goal we are pursuing? Well, fine. The war will end. We will win. Great. People will return home from the front. And what awaits them at home? The economy. Is it ready to create jobs for 500,000 people? So that people who are used to earning salaries of over 200,000 rubles would agree to at least 150,000. Of course, and you could show where such salaries exist, but just tell us. Please, Moscow has shown excellent figures, and it still does, even in my favorite city. Despite the titanic efforts of the Moscow government, when you walk around, you see these restaurants closing, these little shops shutting down. Why? People are having money problems. There are empty blocks of new buildings all over the country, because who can afford to buy? Well, really, who can actually afford it? And what goal are they pursuing? Yes. The main thing is not to use smart words like stagflation, or if everything is messed up and we still can't deal with these stupid figures, but let's just call it technical. It's not a recession, it's a technical recession. And why technical? Negative growth dynamics? All this verbal masturbation, what is it supposed to lead to? We'll raise an eyebrow and Ukraine will understand everything. We'll take Kyiv.
There will be neither Biden nor Trump. I know perfectly well, both the Americans and us. America suffers 95% total damage. In other words, essentially, America doesn't exist.
Americans are afraid of getting punched in the teeth. And they could get hit not just with anything, but with tactical and strategic nuclear weapons. And just one Poseidon could make your life very interesting.
In order to compel America, the demonic forces of NATO, and all of those nations that surround them, to get down on their knees and offer a formal apology.
Friends, please like this video, subscribe to my channel Dash Shaslevo, and write a few kind words in support of Ukraine in the comments, as well as where you're watching us from. Thank you so much for supporting us. We work for an audience all over the world so that they know the truth about Russian aggression, about Russia's war against Ukraine. So stay with us, be on the side of light. I thank you for every like, every comment, and every subscription, because in the information war, this helps our videos reach as many people as possible around the world. And as many people as possible around the world will support Ukraine. Friends, stay with us. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. We will definitely win.